Now, we just checked with police, and tonight the 16-year-old shot by police today is still alive and in life-threatening condition. This happened around 3 o'clock this afternoon on Cooper Colony Drive in northeast Columbus. Police say even though the suspect was a teenager, he was armed and very dangerous. 10 TV's Carly Dion is there on the scene talking with police.
Yolanda, it's been more than 7 hours since that shooting happened, and police tell me it's connected to a deadly early morning shooting that happened about a mile away from this scene. What would your message be to the community after something like this?
Yeah, this is tragic, right? This is something that people shouldn't have to see.
The investigation began early Wednesday morning when Columbus police officers were called to the area of Jester Lane and Princess Place for a report of a shooting. At the scene, officers found a man suffering from at least one gunshot wound. He was taken to a nearby hospital but did not survive. Police say witnesses at the scene claimed the suspect was breaking into vehicles in the parking lot of an apartment complex.
The victim from last night's incident came out and confronted him and immediately got shot with a rifle.
Since then, Columbus Police Sergeant Joe Albert says homicide detectives worked nonstop to track down that suspect.
Homicide detectives throughout the day obtained video evidence that led us to an identification of the suspect in last night's homicide and the vehicle that he left in.
Just after 3 p.m., officers watched the suspect leave his home in the same car used in the homicide. As officers followed the suspect, a Columbus Police K-9 officer pulled the car over on Cooper Colony Drive.
The suspect exited the passenger side of the vehicle and began running down the sidewalk with a rifle in his hand.
That's when Sergeant Albert says at least one officer fired their gun, hitting the 16-year-old suspect. Tactical medics immediately treated the suspect and transported him to Riverside Hospital.
Take 16-year-old out of it. This individual was extremely dangerous. All right, we saw that last night.
How does that happen? How does a 16-year-old who really should be studying right now or playing video games, how do you have an assault-style rifle doing robberies, committing murders?
The suspect's rifle was recovered at the scene. Detectives believe it is the same firearm used in the homicide. The driver of the vehicle also remained at the scene. Sergeant Albert says officers did what they needed to do to protect the community from an armed and dangerous person.
Me as a father would want police officers to do what they had to do to ensure my child wasn't walking down the sidewalk getting off the bus with a suspect with a rifle in his hand.
The 16-year-old suspect is being charged with murder and could face additional charges out of this incident. The Bureau of Criminal Investigation is also looking into this. In Northeast Columbus, Carly Dion, 10 TV News.